Oh, welcome in, everybody. It is double post time here. Grind City Media on YouTube, Grind City Media on X, 92.9 FM ESPN on your radio dial. John Roser, Jessica Benson, Bennett, Doyle, 901-445-0929, 901-445-0929. Grind City Media on YouTube if you want to like, subscribe, and join the show chat. The Memphis Grizzlies are in the NBA playoffs, and if you want to know why my co-hosts here are out of breath, it is because they had to drag me from the FedEx Forum bathroom floor because we no longer have the 14th pick in the NBA draft. That's just an inside Chris Vernon show joke, everybody. All the way up here to the fourth floor inside the Memphis Grizzlies office buildings to our studio. Grizzlies win 121-06. They'll play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the playoffs, and that game one will be Sunday at noon on ABC. But for now, we're talking about this win against the Dallas Mavericks. And what I will say, I think one of the things is we forgot that Grizzlies games at FedEx Forum can actually be really, really fun. And I will say that is the most fun we have had in that arena since January 30th against the Houston Rockets.
Hot take.
When we had that Thursday night game on TNT. I am going to say that was the most fun game in that building since January 30th. Bennett, Doyle.
It was a blast. That was awesome. It's great to be back in the postseason. 14 of the last 24 seasons, I believe, that they've been in the
That's pretty good.
postseason. I think so.
What was that?
Yeah, I think it's 14 of the 24 seasons. I'll find it. Let me find it. Hang on. I should have had this pulled up. I'll tell you. It was 14 playoff years in 24 seasons in Memphis. That was right. Yes.
14 playoff seasons now in 24,
not bad.
In 24 years in Memphis. How hot was my take? Was it too hot?
Yeah, that was aggressive.
The most fun game since January 30th against Houston. Go look at our home schedule.
Because I convinced myself that the most fun I had was the back of the benches between the Grizzlies and the Mavs playing last Sunday when we did our first double post show.
That's fair.
But that game didn't. It mattered, but it didn't matter. Yeah. You know what I mean? It mattered because we saw Marvin Bagley tonight, and I feel like that was a carryover from that end of the season finale. The rotation decisions, Tomas Isolo.
If you are in the Marvin Bagley bag,
if you are in the John Conchar bag,
big night. I am Jitty Hive. There's no
John Concharming, as we're now calling him. He was Concharming tonight.
I am Jitty for the city. I am Jitty for the city. There's no doubt about it. Jitty absolutely in the third quarter swung this game back in the Grizzlies' favor. The Mavericks cut that thing to 7. It got, you know what it started to feel like? It started to feel like Minnesota at home. It started to feel like Denver on the road. It was like, oh crap, here we go again. We're not getting stops. They're scoring on every possession. And our 25-point lead is now down to 7. And then he puts on his J cape. And John Conchar buries the 3 to put the Grizzlies back up 10. Timeout Mavericks. Grizzlies get a stop. John Conchar then gets a feed from John Moran on the break, lays it in. Those are all 5 of his points. Grizzlies get another stop, get another score. They go back up 14. They go on to win the quarter, and they never look back.
I wrote it down when Eric said it on that run from the Mavs to start the second half. He said the Grizzlies are allergic to prosperity. And it's so true. They need some Benadryl for the prosperity.
Did he call that in the middle of the game? This was not during a break?
No. This was in the midst of it. This team is
That's why Eric's amazing. That's why Eric is amazing there.
But to their credit, they didn't fold. And that was a wonderful thing to see. And I thought, we'll get into the Zach Edey of it all because I actually think he's probably the story of this. There's so many stories of this game. It starts with Ja, Ja being a game time decision, and he's out there with Kari warming up, and we're all hopeful, and then he's officially in the starting lineup. She did the grenade. Yeah. Kari's in it. We all have to do it. Yeah. And then he has that stick back dunk, and first he's like jawing with Anthony Davis off the top, and you're like, okay, he's in that mood.
He's there.
And then he has the stick back, and then he hit that 3 over Caleb Martin. And you were like, who needs an ankle? Certainly not John Morant. He looks fine. Then it was Dez in the second quarter. And then it was really Jaren in the third. So your big three all performed at an elite level. All go for 20+. John and Dez both have 9 assists. Jaren had 7 rebounds tonight, which is a big thing to circle. But then your rookie center has a double-double in his first ever elimination game. That's pretty crazy.
Your rookie center is a massive part of this. I talked to Chris Vernon about him. I talked to Scott Zachary about him. I talked to Mike up there about him. And even who also was sitting on the right side of me, who we have on the line now, Lang on the line, talked to him about the guy you just mentioned, Zach Edey. Lang on the line. What's up, Lang?
What's up, man? The sound quality is awesome. It feels like I'm like right in the room next to you guys.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it's terrific. Look, Zach Edey was awesome. He outplayed Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively tonight. The two of them combined for 5 points, and 2 of those were in trash time. Like, Zach Edey was fantastic all night tonight. I also thought that, to me, the key part of the game was the start of it. You know, coming out, we've seen games where the Grizzlies start slow, aren't able to get going. The crowd was amazing tonight. The Grizzlies got off to a 23-10 lead. Ja had 7 of those 23 right off the bat. You know, we were wondering if he was going to be able to go with the ankle. We spent the whole warm-up show watching him and trying to figure out how ready he was. Could he play? Was he not going to be able to play? And then he was risen indeed on Easter weekend, and he finished with 22 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, almost got a triple-double. You know, I don't know if he's able to play later this week, but he looked awesome tonight. I thought there was so much, and the other thing that really jumped out to me was Coach Tuomas Isalo, which is actually finished for Picasso, because his rotations were spotless tonight. I mean, deciding, you know, not to play Vince, not to play Luke Kennard, using Santi and Conchar and Bagley off the bench. All those guys were just so good tonight. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'll throw this out there for you guys, and then I'll hang up and listen. Does Luke Kennard play against Oklahoma City? Thank you.
All right, thanks. We'll get to Oklahoma City. Not ready for that yet, but we will get to Oklahoma City. 901.
I want to bask in the fun.
Yeah, 901-445-0929. We have a couple of lines open. We do have a caller on hold, but we do have a couple of lines open. Kimberly, you're up.
Hey, guys. I just want to say I called in on Sunday. I told you when the Grizzlies are winning, Memphis is winning.
John Concharming!
She is a John Concharming, yes.
I can't stop saying it.
Yes, and I want to clarify something about John. When we say Conchar me, we're part of the Conchar Army. So his fans, we call ourselves the Concharmy. I mean, he is Concharming, that's true, but we're the Concharmy. And I just wanted to say, like, I work at a local nonprofit. I declared Tuesday last week when we were playing, or this week when we were playing Golden State, you know, hey, guys, for, like, you know, the energy of the 901, let's all dress in our Grizzlies gear. And I had some people on my team that didn't have Grizzlies gear, so I got some Grizzlies gear. And then, you know, throughout the playoffs, we're going to wear our Grizz gear, and I just hope the whole city will join us every time we're.
No,
that's she had to get off a good point.
Gosh,
Dang it.
Kimberly was absolutely cooking right there. I do think we do need to talk about Zach Edey. We do need to talk about Zach Edey.
Discussions need to be had.
Discussions need to be had, because the people that I talked to, I said, look, this was a thing we saw in the Warriors game with him. He did have really solid numbers in there, but there were various points in that game where you could see he had a tough night from the field, 4 of 11 from the field, and he got knocked off his spots here and there. And I still think this is going to be a thing in progress with him as he grows and gets better and better as a player. And he's a guy who wants to be better as a player. He doesn't care about the outside noise, probably because he spent his last couple of years at Purdue getting crapped on by all the national media, trying to say he's just big and slow and everything like that. So he's heard it all, and he knows how to block it out. So, yeah, he will get stronger in his core area and be able to hold his spot down. And when he does that, and we saw him do that tonight, he is going to be an absolute monster. And he dominated Derek Lively, dominated Daniel Gafford. Anthony Davis was Anthony.
On AD.
But you saw You saw from Edey how many times there were a couple of buckets he got where Ja drove and then Ja dumped it back to him. It's because he brought 3 defenders with him, and then Edey's just there, and Ja just throws it up. Jaren threw a lob.
The Jaren to Edey lob.
Jaren's assist
was a spiritual experience.
Are we going to talk about Jaren's assist tonight?
Playmaker Jaren?
Playmaker Jaren forces this. The lob that Jaren had to Edey. Jaren passing out of double teams. Again, this was fun. Look at Jaren passed out of that. Dez pump fake. Dez buries it right there. That right there, I almost took my shirt off in the forum.
Okay.
The lob to Edey, I almost took my shirt off in the FedEx Forum.
You have an undershirt on. So.
It was pretty interesting. When Tomas said in his presser that Edey felt kind of responsible for that Warriors loss and said that obviously that's ridiculous, but he mentioned that Edey kind of took that loss hard, and Edey he joined Eric and Elliott in the postgame, and he said that he heard a lot of the noise after the Golden State game. So clearly that game was on his mind pretty heavily coming into tonight. I'm with you, man. Like, it's another reason that I'm just so fired up to be back in the postseason, because it's just going to be great experience for him as a rookie. Like, I think it would have mattered if they didn't make the postseason. Like, you want him to get those reps because, again, we're seeing this second half of the season. He's just a different player. Like, he has been really, really good this second half.
Try the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, no question.
I really think it kind of some of it's kind of taken its big turn since. I think the coaching
change.
I think the coaching changes mattered. I do
There's
feel
a
like
trust
things
between him and Tomas.
And I think some things have been simplified for him and what is expected of him and what are things he needs to do. Like, you see, like, Ja drives and he goes in for a layup and Ja brings the defense. Dude, you just follow up and you dunk the ball down. Just be big near the basket.
He had where he took off from like right in front of the free throw line.
He took off like right in front of, I think, the he took the step from the free throw line and then he left like right in front of the restricted area, but it takes like one step for him to do that. Yeah. He's sneaky fast. He's sneaky quicker than you think.
My favorite quote from Tomas Isolo in his post-game availability was when he was talking about Edey. And he said after this game, he went up to him and he just said, "How lucky are we? We are, rookies, coach from an interim head coaching role, and Zach Edey as a rookie. How lucky are we to be in the playoffs?" And I know it's not like a sexy thing to put on a ground towel, but I was like, put "how lucky are we" on a ground towel right now, because it is true. Like, there's been a stank with this team. And I know even going into tonight's game, there were some people out there who were like, "I don't know if I want to watch Grizzlies." And I always thought that was silly. No offense to you and your pick.
Oh, you can give me all the pick. I deserve all of it.
Your 14th pick hive that you created, and you didn't create it, but you were just a part of that movement, that moment.
Let me have it.
But at the end of the day, like, you are lucky to play in the playoffs. That is a thing that there are teams that don't do. There are players who will never sniff the playoffs, and now you do get those reps for Zach Edey. You get the reps for this entire team. And I get that it's a very tall task ahead of you with the Oklahoma City Thunder, but this win tonight is the kind of win that can allow you to dream. It wasn't just an eke by. It wasn't just a barely there. I get it. It's a below 500 team. If the Grizzlies could play nothing but below 500 teams, it might be a total. They might be the 1 seed
at home against them. 18-4 at home against them.
But to see how they performed tonight and rose to the occasion, it is the kind of win that makes you believe. And I get that the Thunder could humble it quickly, but for at least tonight, I'm going to situate myself in a space of.
No, I think you're right. I think it does, because you played a team that can slow the pace, that can play really physical and push you around, and you did not let them do that to you. I think, what happened there, the biggest thing in the first half was they got out and they pushed the tempo. They were able to get stops. You have to get stops against this Mavericks team. You get the stops, then you can push tempo. I believe it was 16 points off turnovers. 16 points off turnovers in the first half. Dallas, live ball turnovers. The Grizzlies capitalized. The Grizzlies also 12 fast break points in the first half. And where things got a little dicey for them in that third quarter, they weren't getting stops. Dallas was scoring, which allows Dallas to then set their defense. But when the Grizzlies were forcing turnovers, they're getting out, they're pushing the pace. You're seeing some of them right now. Boom, that's early in the game, and that is Jaren for 3 right there, and the Grizzlies get off and running. The Grizzlies are a much better team. We've seen this over the years. When they get out in transition, it's a different thing, mainly because the 3 best guys, Ja, Jaren, Des, all can run the floor. They're all fantastic at running the floor. 901-445-0929. David, you're up.
Hey, Rosa, how'd the game go for you?
The game was great for me, man. That was like I said that was fun.
You weren't upset at all? It went completely the other way that you didn't want?
I deserve all this. I deserve all this.
But I guess that you must be happy now that Memphis will be against your favorite team, the Thunder. So,
Is that your favorite team?
They call me Dr. Thunder.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Oh, yeah.
It all stems.
Wasn't it the Grizzlies as currently constructed?
No, it was Oklahoma as Oklahoma City is currently constructed. I said they were going to run away with the Western Conference in the regular season, which I was not wrong about.
No,
I was not wrong about that.
In a Western Conference with how many teams with 48 or more wins, and they still win by 16?
Yeah. All right, thanks, David. I appreciate it, man. 901-445-0929. Chris, you're up.
Yo, a couple things, guys. First, I was with you, Roser, on the, hey, do we just let it try to get that 14th pick, maybe get a better one? Because I didn't know what kind of job we were getting, but we got playoff job. That's a whole different mode of job tonight. And then on the other hand, I don't know if y'all noticed, but did you see Marcus Smart sitting beside the bucket tonight? He was in the crowd.
Marcus Smart was there. So I knew he was in town. I had heard he was in town because he bought a house here. Like, he did buy a house here.
And so I saw him in the back, and he's just like, I got to come support my guys. Like, these are still my boys. And to hear that and see that, it just shows you what kind of locker room they had. And I feel like that locker room got kind of messed up when this trade happened. And then, you see guys out of place. But then you saw when, Coach took over now and the new rotations with Zach. And I love the plug-in since Jalen went down with putting Scotty into the starting lineup. That allows you to move quicker. That allows you to have more ball handlers on court. And I thought it's worked pretty well. And, man, I just got to give it to Edey. So many people were down in him and saying it was a horrible pick, and he's proving his worth right now. And I'm excited to see what our two bigs are going to do against their two bigs. And seeing Ja like he is tonight, let's see if we get playoff Ja, see how far we can take this. A win or two would be awesome. Awesome.
All right. Yeah, thanks for the call, Chris. That is going to be the question is what, because the report was he got an injection yesterday. He got an injection today.
I need some of that.
I mean,
that's the good stuff right there, brother.
I pulled this as a Travis Scott song called "Drugs You Should Try It," and that's what I would say with John Morant's ankle right there. We'll see what it is for.
I love the healthcare industry.
I
love medicine.
They've got some amazing.
I love doctors.
Great.
I love science.
Amazing. I
love research.
Yeah. I mean, we've all had surgery before, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's some amazing medicine that you can get after surgery. But no, that is the big thing. In all seriousness, like, how is that ankle going to be tomorrow?
Because it's a quick turnaround.
I'm with you.
I watched John Morant. Looked like there was nothing wrong with his ankle tonight.
He was
feeling it.
Shot out of a cannon. Blake,
and they were having so much fun.
They had fun. Blake, you're up.
Blake, guys, you mentioned how fun tonight was. It was electric in the building. I had three of my 4 kids with me. It went from a good Friday to a great Friday. And I want to go back to the first half. That rebound dunk that Ja had. I mean, we had so much fun tonight. We saw so much. I don't want that to slip by. So electric. He hadn't been dunking as much this year. That was beautiful to see. And then the jitty lob to Jaren Jackson Jr., it just felt like you were saying, we're having a lot of fun in the building, towels waving everywhere. I'm looking forward to this team against OKC, and I think we're going to give them a little bit of trouble. I'll also say I saw Edey's mom on the way out. She was smiling ear to ear. I told her Zach played great, and it was just fantastic to see her and to see him perform tonight. I'll hang up and listen. And, hey, you guys are having so much fun in there. You need to cut off the phone lines and just have a little party in there.
No, we will. We're definitely gonna have a party here.
I had
Blake,
half of a Mr. Pibb, so
there you go, Blake.
I'm ready to roll.
We appreciate the phone call. You know what? I'm glad he brought up the Conchar off the backboard to Jaren, because if there's any complaint I have tonight, that's where they missed the whoop that trick. That
Okay, I'm just happy that we got it, Roser.
No, we got it, but that was the moment.
Yeah, but we got it. There were all these. Can we do it in a play-in game? Yes. And the fans were ready.
But that was the spot.
I don't know.
But we did.
You want
We
to be
got
like
it.
triple 125 million% sure. That's not even real math. You want to know what? Watching that highlight package of Ja, he just looks so happy. And at the beginning of the season, we heard a happy jaw is a scary jaw, and I love that. And watching him with Kari afterwards, it was just really sweet.
His shoulder's like magically okay now.
Well, I mean, when you take some help for pain, it's not like it targets one specific part of your body.
We have not heard about John's shoulder in
exactly.
It's been quite a while. 901-445-0929. Edward, you're up.
Dr. Thunder, JB, BBB, what's up, y'all?
Yo.
Quick question. So, two questions. So, what do y'all think about those, like, honest, real, if we could do it, with Bagley and Conchar minutes in the playoffs? Like, what do y'all really think about that? And second question, as employees of the Grizzlies, can y'all put a word in to get those, like, 2011 all gold, all white playoff jerseys with the towels? Can y'all put a word in for game 3 and 4? Can y'all do that for me? Appreciate y'all. Great game tonight.
All right. Thank you for the call, Edward. So, all right, on the rotations, so, like, we'll have to see, because he very much, now he's stuck with the same starting five tonight.
Scotty still got it.
Yeah. He's stuck with the same starting five, and Santi off the bench with minutes. Santi played 27 the other night.
Yeah, we know he's coming off the bench, right?
The difference is that you got no Kennard, no Vince, and those minutes, Konchar's minutes went up by about 10, 11 minutes. He played 13 the other night. He played 24 tonight. And Bagley, pretty much, got all of, he got pretty much 16 minutes. So that was, if you add Conchar and Vince Williams minutes from the other night, that's 16 in the Warriors game. Like, those pretty much all went to Bagley, and then Kennard's minutes pretty much went to Conchar tonight because Conchar was the seventh guy. So, but I think he has shown a willingness. He goes, Mike Wallace was talking about this earlier on the warm-up show. He is very much especially with how this roster is, what is giving us, how do we win tonight? What is going to help us win this game tonight? And he's not afraid, based on the team he is playing, to change these things up. So I would bet Oklahoma City on Sunday you see something very similar.
Yeah.
And then you try to see what works and what doesn't work, and you'll see game 2 adjustments.
Well, we know how much
it works.
We know how much Luke has been struggling, right?
Yeah.
And so it's not a surprise that he's kind of been out of the rotation. And then Vince Williams was frankly not good at all in the Golden State game, and the limited minutes that he came, they had to pull him pretty quick when he came in that game. With Jitty, like, what you lack in scoring, you make up for in the rebounding. Like, he is going to come in and rebound. I mean, he was the second leading rebounder tonight on the team, and so I think that's why Coach trusts him, is because you kind of know what you're gonna get with John Conchar, and I think it's a safe play, right?
It's always one of the things I have. It's always one of the things that I have liked the most about Conchar, is that you put him out there and you typically, you know what you're getting from him. You know what you're getting from him, and he has played in big spots before. And look, Anthony Davis.
He's a team high plus 18.
Yeah, and Anthony, because he makes winning. But the other thing, he freaking rebounds. Like, he's like the second best rebounder on the team.
Look at the rebounding up and down. The box score. The group rebounding effort to get to 50 tonight, with Edey with 11, Conchar with 8, Jaren and Ja both with 7.
Look, it is something very real heading into that Warriors game. The last 2 games that Jaren played, the Minnesota game and the Denver game, because he didn't play Sunday against Dallas, but the Minnesota game and the Denver game, Jaren played a combined 73 minutes and only had 2 rebounds. 2 rebounds in 73 minutes. He got some rebounds the other night against Golden State. He was not amazing against Golden State, but he did grab some rebounds. He had 6 in that one and 4 assists. He had 7 rebounds and 4 assists tonight, and it looked so much better. We have full phone
so
lines.
comfortable at the 4.
He is.
So not
he doesn't
staggering
need,
it
not
where
a
he has to
5.
play the 5 with
He's not a
Santi
5.
and instead going with Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
He was constantly able to be in his most comfortable position, and I think that's huge for him.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. Well, because part of it, he doesn't rebound well enough at the 5 to play the 5 to play that 5 spot full time. All right. We got full phone lines.
Let's go.
Adrian, you're up.
Hey,
It's a party, Adrian, and I'm inviting myself, even though you call me Dr. Thunder.
Hey, that's cool though, because I went to OKC earlier, and it's a party in OKC for real. But hey, we're gonna be the party poopers come Sunday. I do believe. I think we can actually go in there and steal one. Basically, if they keep this same momentum that they have tonight, because OKC has been sitting out chilling or whatever they've been doing, and I bet they're sitting there like, man, they probably was rooting for Dallas, to be honest, because when you look at it, it's not a typical 1 versus 8. It's 1 versus 2, 3, something like that. We just dropped. We just fell out. But we're not a typical 8 seed, so a lot of people kind of writing us off, but, I keep thinking, 8 versus 1, Grizzlies versus San Antonio, and it can happen again. I really do believe. Zach Edey, oh my gosh, yes. He's coming into himself, so keep that up. If he keeps this up tonight, like we did tonight, then I think we got a chance, to make some noise at least.
Absolutely. Thank you for the call, Adrian. We appreciate it. We're going to go right to Manny. Manny, you're up.
Dang, it's about time you get all these jabronis up out of here. I ain't got no questions about no damn rotations or no substitution patterns. I watch the game same as y'all do. But my question is for John Rostradamus, who seems to think he knows every damn thing about the NBA. Should I liquidate? Hold on now, I ain't done. Should I liquidate what little is left of my 401k and put it on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and them boys? And my kid's 5'29"? I mean, hell, it's all gone to hell. But do you think I should go ahead and put that on the Thunder and Shea Gilgeous and them boys, Roger, since you seem to know every damn thing about the NBA? And I'll go ahead and hang up and listen.
Excellent call. Excellent call.
A1.
Thanks, Manny.
I do not believe that's real. First of all, I'm not allowed to give gambling advice on the NBA.
Hey,
I would never
you went to the
gamble on
seminar.
NBA. I will not. I take a yearly
Gamble
seminar on this.
responsibly.
Gamble responsibly. I will not give you any advice to gamble on the NBA. I will never tell you
That's against
how you
the
should, what you
rules.
should do. Yeah.
But I can talk on vibes.
I would tell you that if the market is down, I would tell you that the market usually goes back up. So put your money into the S&P 500.
All right.
Do that, Manny.
Next.
I feel like Jim Cramer. Hunter, you're up. I love Hunter. Please be Hunter.
Hunter, yeah, that's me.
What's up, man?
Not much. So hopefully the training staff keeps those injections right by the locker room door for Ja when he comes out next game. Because a numb Ja seems to be a happy Ja. And I think we just need to keep those ankles numbed up for the next 7 games.
Yeah, I think that would be nice too. Clearly, he was very different tonight.
There's something to that. You know what, too? Like, typically, because, dude, we could call like it. There was some egregious no calls on him tonight. Like, he got hammered a few times.
And he was getting frustrated.
And we have seen him get incredibly frustrated this season, and it kind of boil over technicals, things. And he
better get ready.
I know he kind of held it together tonight.
Yeah,
I thought maybe there's something to that.
There needs to be something to that, because it's not like the team you're playing next is
right.
Like they've got. I mean,
they're gonna bait you.
Well, Lou Dort could
You're not
very
gonna get
well
the benefit
win
of the whistle.
Yeah, and Lou Dort very well could win Defensive Player of the Year for them. Chris, you're up.
Hey, I just want to say, I said it before when I called last month, that OKC is a total fraud, and that, and Memphis can beat them. I'm not saying that they will. It's all up to Memphis whether they show up and do what they're supposed to do and play disciplined basketball and not have 20 turnovers per game, get down to maybe 12 or 11. And, what I'm saying? And the coach can figure out his rotation and play playoff players and not, random players, and figure out who his best players is. They got a really good chance of beating them. And, I just wanted to say, in addition, I think it's ridiculous with the narrative of this week about the local media people saying that maybe Memphis should just lose and try to get a draft pick. No kind of ambition. I think it's really sad to have that kind of fan base. I mean, you all sound like the people who were saying that sound like a bunch of math nerds. That's absolutely ridiculous.
That's you, Roser. Roser's a math nerd. Roser's a math nerd.
Nerdy behavior. That is nerdy behavior.
I'm a math nerd.
Who was here speaking for the Memphis economy? Me. I was rooting for the downtown Memphis economy from the get-go.
You are a downtowner. You are a downtowner.
It matters. It matters to make the playoffs.
I will say,
it matters to not drop from being second in the West in February to not making the playoffs.
It felt like the playoffs in there tonight. It absolutely did. You could feel that the towels are waving. I love that the towels are our thing. I love that they're our
towels
thing.
Over T-shirts, baby.
I remember we used to do T-shirts and towels, and then they just it's a pain.
I still have some of those T-shirts.
Yeah, you have to. But then the PA guy has to get on there and they put the camera on. Yeah, they have to try to guilt you into putting your T-shirt on. It's like, dude, I'm already wearing what I want to wear to the game.
Yeah.
Don't make me put something else on. And so towels.
OKC is a fraud. Whoop that trick.
All right, thanks, Chris. I don't think OKC's coming out of the West either. JG, 901-445-0929, 901-445-0929. JG, you're up.
Hey, what's going on? You got a math nerd here, as much as I hate to admit it.
Shout out math.
I was looking at it, and, I was thinking today while I was at work, I was getting ready to come up with something to say about how I didn't feel like there were enough vets on the team, which is still true, and, all sorts of stuff. But, I mean, I'm glad that the team shut me up, and I'm rooting for them. I'm with you, Roser, where I looked at a pick, and, a pick would have been nice. Kleiman probably wouldn't have even used it in a trade piece anyway, even if we had it. But all that being said, I feel like Edey went from looking like a big oaf into a grown man tonight, and that was awesome to see. And in between the game and this post-game show, I watched 20 minutes of John Conchar highlights just to get amped up for the playoffs.
Wait, you watched 20 minutes of John Conchar highlights? That even exists?
Obsessed.
A lot of replays of the Anthony Davis block.
Okay, he had another one of Dwight Howard, too. Yeah, multiple angles.
Yeah, it's a lot of commentary on that. But as far as that goes, ready for the Magic Conch to hit OKC where they're not ready for it.
All right, Jay. We appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call, JG. 901-445-0929, 901-445-0929. I will say, Jessica, because you got to hear Coach Isolo.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I feel like I'm always going to butcher his name, so I never want to say. I'm looking at this video here that Grind City Media posted of him answering a question talking about Ja talking about Ja. I have seen his press conferences, whether they're pregame, postgame. He has a smile on his face right now where he feels like my team's getting better. My team is getting better right now. They are. They have not quit. They are trying to get better. They are trying to grow. And that is cool to see. That is because let's be real. It's not but just where things were. They are not in this position if they don't make the coaching change. They're not. They're not.
I think that's fair.
There's too many. Well, one, our point guard plays and is awesome and has been awesome.
Incredibly engaged and
incredibly
this is his 19th
engaged.
Straight game with 20 or more
Yes.
points. 19 straight. This is one of the best stretches of basketball of John Morant's career. Honestly, watching tonight's game and having it be the only game on in that time slot, I'm just curious how many people watched and said, John Morant should be the face of the league. And I know we're sitting here in Memphis and there's incredible bias, but from the opening moments of him being out there with his daughter to gutting out this injury, doing whatever it took to get on the court. And I know you can say that's what he's supposed to do. Yeah, that is what he's supposed to. So he did. That's what superstars in the league do. You battle through tough injuries and you go out there and you show up for your team, even if it's in a play-in game that some people are speaking some nonsense that you even really want to go out and win it. He has the stick-back dunk, which will go down as one of the best plays of the postseason. I'll already put it in a top 10. I'm willing to go out on that limb.
I did not think that if Santi got dunked on, it was going to be.
I was going to say, kind of posterized Santi
we haven't discussed the fact that
Yeah.
Santi was.
Posterized Santi.
But then he made up for it because then he had that nice pass to Santi on the transition opportunity that was the off the one of many Mavs turnovers, and that goes back to your comments on just the defensive intensity that was there from the jump tonight. But Santi had that nice we'll call it a 360. It was like a 357.
It was and it was very unnecessary too.
Yeah, but never say a Santi spicy play is unnecessary.
No, he is the heme god. There's no doubt. Lee, you are up. Hello, Lee.
How's everything? I was there at the game tonight. I'm one of the tour season ticket holders. But I get a chance to see a lot of things that most people don't see up in the Raptors. Okay, for one thing, the Dallas players, they were tired. You know, one thing we haven't spoken on much is about how much defense the Grizzlies played. They were hustling tonight, man. They really were, and hustling like I've never seen them. The other thing is that Scotty hasn't had many turnovers as he had starting out in the season. Okay, and that I think all those things together with Edey finally getting some confidence and growing some whatever you want to call him, but he's getting better, and I'm just glad to see the team pulling together. And I'm looking forward to OKC, man.
All right. Thank you for the call, Lee. I'm with you. It is great to see Zach Edey getting better. JD has commented in the chat, and I think this is one thing. Said they happy we haven't talked about refs. No influence one way or the other. Please let us continue. That is one thing we did not talk about enough the other night, probably because we were all exhausted. It was hot in this studio, and it was it was 1 a.m. No.
Everyone was mad.
That game was 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Oh. It felt like 3
That should never happen. Like a 48-minute basketball game should never take 2 hours and 46 minutes. 2 hours and 19 minutes tonight, which I can live with that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Yep.
I can live with that. 2 hours and 19 minutes. I can live with that.
The only refs things I can think of is Ja getting a little frustrated. They wasn't getting calls, and then the Edey technical that they ended up overturning the call. And I always think in that situation, I know they won't, but they should rescind the tech. If you got a tech for a response to a BS call and then they go back and overturn it, PJ Washington pushed him right into it.
I mean, that was a hard shove.
Yeah.
Like, that was a hard shove from PJ Washington. I wonder if they do rescind it. They might. They could rescind that. They could rescind that.
He didn't think it was warranted, the technical. Like, he was shocked that they teed him up there.
And it was such a playoff. I know it's not the playoffs, but it was such a postseason moment. It felt so weird.
Yeah.
It was like, we haven't been main character enough tonight. Let's throw something in there. No one knows our names.
We do have some video. We're going to get to it in just a moment. We're going to take another call, and then we're going to get to some video of Ja Morant talking at this post-game press conference. But we're going to go to Larry right now. Larry.
Hey, guys, it's a good day in the Forum when you play Whoop That Trick in playoff time.
It's been a while since we've heard that song.
Yes, and there's two big things I thought were the difference. The short rotations, we didn't run 10 guys in the first half, and the number of threes. We only shot 31 threes, and we shot a great percentage for threes, and we didn't jack up 40-something threes, which we normally do, and I think that's the difference. Go score the ball.
All right. Thank you for the call, Larry. We appreciate it.
Agreed on the rotations,
All
by
right,
the way.
We will get to the Ja thing on the other side. We have got to take a break right now. Double Post Show, John Roser, Jessica Benson, Bennett Doyle. We're live on the Grind City Media YouTube page, Grind City Media on X and 92.9 FM ESPN, and we'll be back after this.
This is WMFS FM and HD1 WMFS, Memphis' sports station. Number one in the 901.
92.9 FM ESPN and Odyssey Sports Station.
Flu season is here. Protect yourself and your loved ones with a seasonal flu or senior flu shot at the Shot Nurse. With 3 locations, it's fast, convenient, and easy. Plus, it's free with most insurance. Or for groups of 10 or more, the nurse can come to you. Call 901-685-9999 or go to shotnurse.com to book your group appointment. The Shot Nurse is your wise choice.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Cheer on the Grizzlies with a slice of pizza in hand. When it's game day, there's only one place to satisfy your cheesy, doughy cravings. Head over to Rockin' Dough Pizza and Brewery, available at Section 109, for the ultimate winning team of pizza made with the freshest ingredients and local craft beer. Score big with flavor at Rockin' Dough Pizza and Brewery. Also visit us at our Germantown, Cordova, and soon-to-be Orleans Station locations.
Thinking about when you'll hang your jersey in the rafters? Robinhood Gold members enjoy Hall of Fame treatment with a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. Accelerate towards retirement with Robinhood, the official investing and jersey patch partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires a gold subscription for 1 year from first match. Must keep IRA for 5 years. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. For more information, go to robinhood.com/retirement. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
If you're looking for a getaway that has it all, and all just a quick flight or a short drive from North Texas, you need to plan a visit to Little Rock, Arkansas. This historic capital city is big in all the right ways, with a vibrant, walkable downtown that you're going to love to explore, a booming dining scene, endless arts and culture, exciting events, and more, all surrounded by endless places to get outside, hike, bike, paddle, and play. One visit and you'll leave big on Little Rock. Plan your getaway at littlerock.com today.
There's work being done and changes being made in Memphis. The Memphis Police Department is working hard to protect the peace, the pride, and the people of our city, to realize our greatness together, doing jobs that matter for ourselves, our families, and our community. If you're ready to work for change and not just wait for change, we need you in a challenging and financially rewarding career with the Memphis Police Department. Become the change. Visit joinmpd.com and apply today.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs. The moment we've all been waiting for is here.
The fans now on the edge of their seats.
It's time to stay locked in to every single moment. Because you never know when history will be made. When it's win or go home, every moment matters. So don't miss a thing. NBA playoffs presented by Google begin today on ABC, ESPN, TNT, and NBA TV.
Are you tired of dealing with meters and paying overages on your copier invoices? Give Konica Minolta a call to learn about their One Rate program. That's right, you pay one rate, and it includes the machine, unlimited printing, toner, staples, and there are no meters and no overages involved. Simplify your copier and printer billing by calling Jeff Lee today at 387-5603 to learn more about the revolutionary new program.
Welcome back. Double Post Show. John Roser, Jessica Benson, Bennett, Doyle. Grizzlies winners tonight, 121-106 over the Dallas Mavericks, and that means the Grizzlies are in the playoffs. They will play Game 1 on Sunday, Game 2 on Tuesday. Those will be in Oklahoma City. Games 3 and 4 for the Grizzlies-Oklahoma City Thunder game here at FedEx Forum. Tickets will go on sale today at noon. Tickets on sale today at noon. Games 3 and 4 for the Grizzlies' first-round playoff series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Games 3 and 4 on sale today at noon. Grizzlies 2025 playoffs presented by FedEx and Orion Financial. Also heard this, Game 1, Easter Sunday.
Yes.
Grizzlies watch party, official watch party at Crosstown.
Oh, nice.
They didn't tell me where at Crosstown. Crosstown's pretty big, but I imagine we'll have Grizzlies
Are we going to have a little watch party up here?
Yeah, we'll be up here. Because
we?
we got, I will be, Lane Whitaker warm-up show will be on at 11 a.m., so I'll be up here.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Even with FanDuel? Because
Yeah.
our crew's back, too. Let's not forget.
Sunday's ABC.
Exclusive?
Yeah, so there's no local TV broadcast. Local TV is Tuesday. Come on, I'm up on game.
I'm so sorry.
I'm up on game.
You're up on math. You're up on game.
I'm up on math. I'm up on game.
How
Look,
dare I at 12:24
Jessica,
a.m. pretend like I haven't been up for 20 hours?
These are my hosting duties.
Yes.
Right here. These are the host responsibilities that they have entrusted me with.
Well, we'll be here at 11 a.m. then, everybody.
Here, 11 a.m. So we've got to do like an Easter brunch.
Y'all want to have an Easter egg hunt up here?
I think it's a little.
I'm 40.
Y'all want to? I'll be having an Easter egg hunt at some
Bennett,
point this weekend.
Do you want us to hide Easter eggs for you around the office?
Find them? You know, it would make me. I might be separated from my family for a few hours on Easter Sunday. It might make me just feel all warm and fuzzy inside to have a little Easter egg hunt up here at the offices.
I'll make you guys Easter baskets.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. I
Just
like
kidding.
that.
I saw some on the side of the road that were for sale today, and I almost pulled over. Someone was selling Easter baskets on the side of the road. It was a excellent hustle, whoever it was doing. Because I was like, do I need to buy an Easter basket for someone?
Bennett, you live in East Memphis. Have you seen the lady who sometimes hangs out at the corner of Mount Moriah and Park?
Which one? Yes.
Outside the Mapco that has like the giant Chucky dolls and whatever?
I have seen her, yes.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah.
She want a Chucky doll for Easter?
They're freaking huge.
Yeah,
and they're just like sitting there on the side of the road.
My 6-year-old's a big Chucky fan, so he's fascinated by that. Yeah.
Bennett, did you do your thank you, Nico chant that you promised?
Okay, I did not, but I don't know if you guys saw on the TV broadcast the directing that took place on that broadcast tonight when Anthony Davis was limping to the bench because he hurt his knee and he ended up coming back. But he's limping to the bench. They got the camera on AD, and then they quickly cut to the crowd shot of Nico, and it was just like, I mean, it's probably Emmy worthy to be quite honest. Like it was pretty incredible.
And Nico gave the side eye to the camera, like he knew it was on him.
He knew the camera was on him. Yes,
he just knows it's always going to be on him whenever things go poorly. He's like, oh crap, where's the camera? There, yep, it's on me. He's like checking to make sure. He's like, yep, it's on me. Of course it is. All right, now where it is? Where we go? There it is. Look at
that camera off of me. It's so good.
He knows it. He's like, oh damn it, yep, there it is. It's on me. So someone said Big Maple, Edey called us out post game. Not like, I don't think us specifically by name, because I think, Jessica, you're the only one he knows, because you have to stand on a stool to interview him.
I haven't gotten to interview Edey yet. Well, I interviewed him at Media Day. I've been waiting. I thought tonight might be the night, but we got Jaren instead, who was great.
He was on radio.
He was so complimentary of Edey.
Do we have you interviewing Jaren?
I think so.
Okay. I'm sorry, Kyra. We'll get better at it. We'll get better. But yeah, I want. Yeah. I heard it was really good because I had already gotten over here. I left to get back over here before, so I could beat crowds back over here.
Jaren was very complimentary.
Jaren's the best.
He is.
Jaren is the absolute best when it comes to. Jaren's just built for this stuff.
Yes.
It can be.
What were you gonna say though? That he called. Zach Edey called.
Yeah, someone in the chat said he called us out. Yeah, Dirty South says Big Maple called y'all out post game. That's on the Grind City Media YouTube page, where the double post is broadcasting live in the show chat.
When he joined Eric and Elliot, no, he said I heard a lot of people talking. I don't know if he was talking about us specifically.
Maybe about.
But definitely not me. I'm a huge fan. I've been complimentary all season.
I have not been a hater on Zach Edey.
Talking about me.
I have not been a hater on Zach Edey. I think Edey is going to be really good. I think, does Edey have deficiencies that? Yeah, but I think Zach's going to be really good.
Tonight was a great start. Maybe he doesn't like your impersonation.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
I don't want to.
Maybe he doesn't. All right, do we have? Let's hear what Jessica. Let's hear Jessica's interview with Jaren Jackson Jr.
We're waiting for that to happen.
Stand on your.
What does it mean for this team to be back in the playoffs?
We're still alive, man. That's all that matters. We got it done at home. Yeah. Something to feel good about. Something to feel good about. Something to take home. And now we're on to the playoffs.
The Mavs make that run coming out of half. How was this team able to meet the moment and end up sealing it in the second half here?
We got dudes. We got fellas over there. We got dudes who work hard every day. That's all I got to say.
You got dudes. Utah and Dez all go off for 20-plus. But I want to ask you about your rookie, who in his first career elimination game, Zach Edey, has a double-double. How is he able to help you match the Mavs' size tonight?
I mean, he's been unbelievable all season. I'm so proud of him. Everything. I mean, it's hard to come into a situation like this where you're expected to, Edey. You feel me? You feel me?
Game one on the road in OKC on Sunday. How do you carry the momentum there?
Same thing. Same mentality, same effort. Just got to be ready to play. You got to get that effort.
Good luck, Jaren. Congrats on the win.
For sure.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the easiest interview.
He is the he's the that's why Ja calls him the franchise. That's why
both the franchise.
Yeah, that's why Ja calls Jaren the franchise, because Jaren's so good at all of that stuff, and just yeah, Jaren's a politician.
And Zach Edey is a beast.
Zach Edey's a beast. Look, once we said it. He outplayed Derek Lively. He outplayed Daniel Gafford tonight. Anthony Davis was Anthony Davis. I actually thought is it the first quarter? For the first couple of shots he took, I thought they did a really good job defending Anthony Davis. He ended the quarter with 8 points, but I look at that as like, we outscored him by 15 in the first quarter. Like, somebody has to score points. And when you look at their team, it's like, okay, so Anthony Davis is going to score points. But I actually thought they did a pretty good job on him defensively as far as the strategy. It looked like whenever he caught the ball away from the basket in ISO situations, Davis, they were trying to show two guys at him, make him see multiple players. Not unlike how a lot of teams do with Ja. They when Ja gets the ball, he tries to look up and see multiple players. So I thought they did a really good job. Right there, Davis got going to the basket. He was able to catch the ball, move into the basket, and then there's just nothing you can do with that. It is what it is. But there were a couple times where he just ISO'd outside, and they tried to show multiple guys at him. Right there, he just finally sized up and buried the jumper. And because Anthony Davis has seen every kind of coverage that there is under the sun, and he gets used to it. And so he had the big game. I think there are a couple of issues for Dallas. One, it's 2025. Klay Thompson cannot be your second best scorer. That's just...
You saw that vintage Klay performance against the Kings, and it became abundant. It's not like Klay was the reason they lost tonight. What did he end up with?
18.
18.
He had a couple moments where he hit some shots, but
it's just different.
He can't be your second. Yeah, he can't be your second best scorer.
It's also 2025. You need a guard.
Yeah, you need, and that's the other
to run your offense.
Another thing I wrote down.
Yeah.
Another thing I wrote down tonight was Mavs, no dribblers. They don't really have many guys. At least when it came in early in that game, they don't have guys who can really dribble the ball. And so, that is an issue in 2025 in the NBA if you don't have many guys who can dribble the ball. Okay, on to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yep.
That's the matchup. It's Sunday. It's at noon. The Grizzlies got swept by the Thunder this year, 4-0 in the regular season. John Moran only played in one of those games. Yes, the Grizzlies lost it. They lost all four of them by an average of 18.75 points per game. Grant asked me if Jaren is better than J-Dub, Jalen Williams. I would take Jaren over Jalen Williams. I would. But I lean towards the 7-footer who can, inside, outside. I would take Jaren.
I would as well, but I would say
Jalen
Jalen Williams is number 6 on the Basketball Reference MVP tracker.
Yeah, I don't buy that. That tracker's ridiculous. By the way, I would say if I had an MVP vote, it goes to Jokic. I think Jokic is the MVP. That's just me. I think Jokic is MVP. I don't think it's close. But that's... Anyways. So I think hopefully SGA doesn't hear that and go insane on Sunday. But look, this team, They are the best defensive team in the NBA. The Oklahoma City Thunder are by a wide margin. If you look at the NBA defensive efficiency, defensive rating numbers, it is very apparent of that. Where are the team stats? Teams, traditional stats. Then we go to advanced, not for playoffs, regular season. And you look at the Thunder, they have a defensive rating of 106.6. The Orlando Magic are second at 109.1. It was bigger than that. The margin was wider than that. It was like a full 5 points better. They were at one point. The Los Angeles Clippers are third, the Celtics are fourth, and the Rockets are fifth. So, you're facing the number one defense in the entire NBA. They do have, and part of that is because they have a guy in Lou Dort that they can throw on your best perimeter player, and it's called the torture chamber for real. So now look, he's going to be on Ja or Dez. It's going to be on one or the other. But I don't know how you try to, whoever he's guarding, I don't know how you free that person up. That is going to be the challenge of Coach T.I. and the Grizzlies head coaching staff. I think Jaren, Chet, Hartenstein, Edey is really, really fun. I think that's a really fun matchup. And look, the Grizzlies starters are going to have to play heavy minutes. It just is what it is. But they're going to have to be ready for the challenge, not just for the offensive end against Oklahoma City's defense. The Grizzlies' defense is going to have to be ready too, because when it comes to offense, hey, what do you know? The Oklahoma City Thunder, the third best offensive rating in the NBA. There's a reason they won almost 70 games this year.
You want some math?
Yeah.
You want some math? All right. Oklahoma City finished the regular season with an effective field goal percentage of .56 and limited opponents to an effective field goal percentage of just .51. Only 6 teams have done so in a season, and 4 of those came from the Warriors, starting with their 73-win team in 2015-2016, to begin a run of 4 seasons in a row that they
Who were the
achieved
other ones?
defeat. Utah Jazz in 2020, 2021. So the Jazz team that beat the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Knocked them out. And the Thunder this year, and then the 4 Warriors.
And then the
there's your
Thunder.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are your 6.
Yep.
They have a point differential of plus 12.9.
Against the Grizzlies, it's plus 18.
18.75. Okay, so to put this in perspective, okay, so the Thunder have a point differential of plus 12.9. The second best point differential in the Western Conference is the Minnesota Timberwolves, plus 5. The Thunder's is plus 12.9. The second best in the NBA is the Cleveland Cavaliers, plus 9.5. The Thunder are the only team with a double-digit point differential, positive point differential, and it is by a wide margin. Now, you could say this team hasn't done anything. They have not proven anything in the playoffs, and that is absolutely true. And there are still people that are plenty skeptical of them. We had a caller who was skeptical of them. I am skeptical of the Thunder and how far they can go. I do not think they are coming out of the West this year. There are many people who believe that they are, but Jessica, Bennett, y'all take this over. Biggest challenges for the Grizzlies in this series. What do the Grizzlies absolutely have to do?
Well, Gilgeous-Alexander.
What about him?
Everything.
Just
You can't stop him.
he makes it
But
go.
you also
The foul
can't
calls.
allow him to get multiple players in foul trouble.
Yeah. Like,
It's
are
been a
they going to
problem with
give
this
him the where he drives and he just goes, dips
yes.
his shoulder and then shoots it? Are they going to give him that call? Because he lives on that call.
And you can't
a
get
lot of
frustrated
times.
early, because then we've seen the Grizzlies
Yeah.
get a couple of those calls that frustrate them and then have
Especially the point guard.
silly goofy.
I think the 2 biggest things from a Grizzlies perspective are A, how healthy is Ja going to be for the series?
Yeah.
And B, can Jaren stay out of foul trouble? I think those are the 2 biggest things. You know, Jaren had 4 fouls again tonight. It will be harder than it was tonight. Yeah. We know that much.
Analysis.
We know that.
Hashtag analysis.
That didn't take math either right there. That did not even take math.
And it's not, listen, he's going to get in foul trouble, okay? He's It's going to happen. All right. The thing that he's got to avoid is the stupid ones, the frustration fouls, the ones where he gives up a bucket and then just grabs the dude's jersey because he's frustrated. Like, those are the ones he's got to avoid in that series because they're just going to need him to play heavy minutes. Like, I mean, it's an 8-man rotation right now. Yeah. He's going to have to play heavy minutes. They all are. We'll see with Conchar and Bagley, like, are those guys, officially part of this 8-man rotation along with Santi coming off the bench. But I think that's what we've noticed so far about Tomas is he, and granted it's probably because it's closer to the postseason, but he is definitely playing a tighter rotation than Taylor Jenkins did. And so we'll see who's a part of that. But yeah, Jaren's got to stay out of foul trouble. They all do, frankly. It's going to be super important.
No, I think that another key with this is, Jessica, the things you mentioned with the frustration, especially with Ja and with Jaren. When Ja doesn't get his foul calls, we've seen him get really frustrated, and it changes the way he plays, the mood of the team. We have seen Jaren get so frustrated by some of the foul calls on him that, it changes everything because he is forced to go to the bench, and it also changes how he plays.
And then that changes how Edey plays, and the trickle down.
It changes everything. Those two,
and if Ja gets in trouble, then that affects Desmond Bane.
Yes.
We even saw a couple times, and we didn't mention, Desmond Bane had that one drive from like half court where he goes behind the back, between the legs, everything in between, and it was like, oh, no. And then he finished the play. It was beautiful handles by Desmond Bane on that play.
Yeah.
But you want him to be what he was against the Warriors, primarily, which is shoot your threes, get downhill when you can, but don't make Desmond Bane play facilitator mode. That was one of my biggest concerns with Ja's questionable steps going into this game, or being a game time decision, was, especially if you're going to continue to start Scottie Pippen Jr., how are you going to stagger those minutes as a facilitator? Because that's just not... We've seen them try it a lot with Desmond Bane this season, and we saw them try it with Luke Kennard, who was out of the rotation. We saw them try it with Vince Williams Jr., who was out of the rotation. So not only are the Grizzlies down down to their final wing players, if Ja is not good to go, they're down
the ball handling options. The ball handling options.
It's the whole trickle down.
No, we've seen it with Dez. It's been especially with these teams that can really put pressure up on the ball. We've seen them really give Dez problems. We saw Dez have some problems. We saw Dez have problems tonight with it. With ball pressure, 6 turnovers tonight. We saw him have difficulty with that, which makes you wonder if it does. Who Dort guards, who SGA guards, Jalen Williams guards, like how they do that is going to be. It's going to be really interesting to see what the matchups that they do there. Bennett.
I'm excited to get the shot. I'm excited to get the shot. Yeah, I'm excited to just have the chance.
So I'm assuming you think the Clippers are beating the Thunder.
I think the Clippers are going to beat the Nuggets, and I think the Clippers, as long as Kawhi Leonard stays healthy, which is, how many times have we said that over the last 5 years? But I think the Clippers and the Lakers are going to be in the West Finals. I think the Lakers are going to win the West. I think and I don't want to count out the Cavs in the East, but I do tend to think as long as Porzingis is healthy, the Celtics are unbeatable. And so I think we're going to get Celtics-Lakers, and as long as Porzingis plays, I think the Celtics will repeat as champions. If Porzingis' health is in question, which is possible, he only played 42 games this year, I think Cleveland could come out of the East. I think Cleveland could win it all, and I think the Lakers could win it all. But I think the teams, I would tell you, the teams I think that can win a championship this year are the Celtics, the Cavaliers, the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Warriors. I don't think the Thunder can win the title this year.
I'm with Bennett,
This is my
though.
opinion.
What?
I'm happy to have the chance.
Happy to get the shot.
I'm happy to get the chance.
Yeah.
Get your shot, whatever.
Yes. I mean,
nobody expects you to win, so whatever.
It is. I kind of like the spot from that perspective.
Yeah, nobody expects you to.
No one's going to pick you in this series. It's kind of the house money from this point forward. Like, go try to shock the world. Yeah.
You would.
Go for it. Take your chance.
You definitely would.
Yeah. Let it go. Let it fly. Mike Miller, let it fly. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's take one last break, and then we will get out of here. Jessica, you can go home.
Let it sleep.
Go home and go to sleep. All right, we'll be back here on the Double Post, and we'll wrap things up right after these words.
At the Regional One Health Surgery Center, our focus is not only on healing, but getting you back to normal as quickly as possible. With expert surgeons and the latest technology, we offer the most advanced robotic and minimally invasive procedures. That means you get the most effective care with less time in the hospital and more time doing what you love. Regional One Health, specializing in tomorrows.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Welcome to the Rendezvous.
This is John Vergas. When my dad started the Rendezvous in 1948, I don't think anyone could have imagined we'd still be serving shoulder, cheese plates, and our world-famous dry rub ribs 75 years later. But we are still here in the basement, in an alley in downtown Memphis. We sincerely thank you for making the Rendezvous what it is today. Charlie Vergas Rendezvous. Be sure to schedule your delivery for the next game at hogsfly.com or come visit us in the alley.
This is Gary Parrish reminding you about Danny Morrison Roofing Professionals. They're a local, family-owned and operated business serving the Mid-South's residential and commercial roofing needs since 2010. It's the home of the free roof. You really can get a new roof with no cost to you. Most roofing jobs, they can be done in one day, so this isn't some lengthy process. Just call Danny at 901-870-0186. It's Danny Morrison Roofing, a proud supporter of the University of Memphis Athletic Department. Danny Morrison Roofing, 901-870-0186.
Hey, I got good news, folks. It's springtime at Oak Hall. Okay, not technically springtime, but you walk in that store, you'll feel like it. The colors are bright. The clothes are beautiful. It is time to get ready for spring and summer at Oak Hall. Maybe you're headed somewhere warm. They've got swimwear too. And it's the same wonderful people, same beautiful clothes who are there for you at Christmas and throughout the year. Springtime at Oak Hall. Go back in and see your friends today.
Spring into big bloomin' wins at Southland Casino Hotel. Earn entries in April to win your share of up to $100,000 in free play or a 2025 GMC Denali Sierra on April 26th. On Fridays, play Take It or Leave It for your share of $215,000 in free play. Saturdays through April 19th, win $1,500 in free play every 15 minutes. Big wins and a brand new Denali. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Looking for a place to get hyped before the game? Courtside Grill at the Westin Memphis Beale Street is the place. Try our specialty appetizers like alley-oop nachos layered with cheese, tomatoes, and jalapenos. The technical foul appetizer will mean you are in big trouble as you savor 6 big bites of wings. Fallon out tenders dipped in buttermilk served with fries will be worth it. And try our unlimited soup and salad for just $15. Snack on some chips and queso while you're waiting for that courtside burger. It's 7 ounces cooked to order served with fries. Dribble into flavor with our full court press cocktails, the ultimate shot for your taste buds. The fan favorite is the slam dunk drink, which will really get you hyped up. If you're hanging with your friends, a bucket of beer will do the trick, and a must try is that courtside lemonade that is a divine cocktail for the ladies. After all the fun at courtside, jump into our heavenly bed for a restful night. Courtside Grill just across the street from the FedEx Forum. See it, the only destination before and after the game. It's all fun at Courtside Grill.
All right, we're back here on the Double Post, and then there were 2, John Roser and Bennett Doyle. Bennett, how long have we been doing this?
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute.
It's been a long time. We used so this Look at us now. This is what our third show that we've done up here.
Post,
Double Post, but you and I did Grizzlies post game live on the radio for years, you and I did Grizzlies postgame live where we just only took phone calls. Now we've incorporated video in it. It's really cool, and I'm happy. Thank you to everybody on YouTube, on X, on the Grind City Media YouTube, Grind City Media on X who are watching this. We really appreciate it. And we're going to be back with you on Sunday following Game 1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Get your playoff tickets.
Get your playoff tickets. Tickets are on sale today at noon. Game 3 and 4, Grizzlies Thunder. Tickets on sale today at noon. 2025 playoffs presented by FedEx and Orion Financial. All right, Bennett, any last words on this game leading into Easter Sunday?
Man, I'm really impressed that I know that it got close there for a second. The Mavs got it to 7, but I was just really impressed with the Grizzlies just coming out and taking care of business tonight. They're a better team than that Mavericks team, and to just come out and pretty much dominate them from start to finish. It showed that this team deserves to be in the postseason. Yeah. I know the second half of the season did not go the way that people wanted it to go, and it's the reason that they're the 8th seed as opposed to a higher seed. It's the reason they're playing the best team in the West this year in the first round of the playoffs. But it's just it's cool to get that reassurance and satisfaction. Like, yes, this is a playoff team. Like, this team is good enough to be in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens from here, man.
Yeah, There's things you could feel. I guess you could feel it in the Golden State. You could feel it in the Golden State game too. But also, Golden State's just been kind of a good matchup always for the Grizzlies. Like, we match up well, and we have these awesome games with them, seemingly no matter what.
Yep.
But you could see it tonight. Like, they are coming together. More. It feels like every game they are growing and getting a little bit better together. What is their ceiling as a team? I don't know. And hopefully whatever that is, they hit it in this series because they're going to need every bit of it.
That's right.
And more playoff basketball. It's here, and it's Easter Sunday. And that is going to do it for us here in the Grind City Media Studios. All right, let's say our thank yous and goodbyes to the people from the Memphis Grizzlies, John Pugliese and Scott Zachary. Odyssey, it's the parent company of the flagship radio home of the Memphis Grizzlies, 92.9 FM ESPN. Their GM and VPs, Nicole Hartman. Their brand managers, Brad Carson, Eric Hasseltine, Elliot Perry. Wes Warwick's back at our Grizzlies Radio Network broadcast studios. He's the one answering your phone calls and putting you on the air with us. Our technical director, 101, Kyra Black, Darnell Brady, Jacob Blevins, Olio helped cut up highlights, Jessica Benson, Bennett Doyle, all of our callers, all of our YouTube viewers, all of our YouTube chatters, all of our viewers on X. We appreciate all of you. Grizzlies Thunder Sunday at noon. Lane Whitaker will have the warm-up show for you on Easter Sunday right here. Grind City Media YouTube, Grind City Media on X at 11 a.m. Myself, Jessica, and Bennett will be right back with you after Game 1 right here for the double post. Don't forget about the watch party at Crosstown on Sunday. Until Sunday afternoon. Good night, everybody.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.